mountains out here, and you can see all these trees. And when you get into an airplane and you fly across Canada, you see a checkerboard with all the first people, the standing people are being cut down. We're hearing reports that money is being allocated to our people from taxpayer dollars. This is the biggest lie Canada has ever told. The history of our people is the biggest, dirtiest secret that Canada has ever kept. We need to have the truth put out there. When you look out here and you see what the people call crown land, it is not owned by the government. It belongs to First Nations people. It is to be held in trust. All of the land that you see in this entire country is owned by First Nations people. The government of Canada allows the world to believe that the Crown land is owned by the government. They only hold it in trust. Part of the treaties, and the biggest part of our treaties, is that when the governments came here, when our colonizers came here, they told us they wanted to live with us in a good way. Our women, our clan mothers stood up and said, "We always welcome people. We have lots to share. And we will always share with the people." But those people need to understand what's happening in Canada. When you go out into mainstream Canada, and all of these people who work in Vancouver, they don't understand us. All they see is that we're gathering, we're banging our drums. Why are we banging our drums? Why? The understanding is not there. So my message is for mainstream Canada and the media. You must understand. Go back and look at the history of all of the legislation that's happened. Start with the Royal Proclamation and the Indian provisions if you want the truth. We will fight this legislation. We will fight the documentation. We will fight what's coming. And when I say fight, I mean we will rise up and we will resist all of the oppressions that this government is planning on putting us through. We will not stop. We will resist. We are not idle. We are idle no more. I want to speak a little bit about the monies that Canada is talking about when they're talking about taxpayers' dollars. When those treaties were founded, the foundations of those treaties, there was provisions put in for all of the lands that were settled west of Hudson's Bay. All of these lands and the houses that people have bought, we've allowed for that to happen. That was our land that they bought. It was not the government's land. All of these houses that sit here on Kamkamalai and all of these other territories here, they belong to these people. They did not belong to a municipality or a city. And those people allowed the cities to be built in their territories to share with the people. That was our part of the treaties. We said, yes, the people can live here. Yes, they can build their homes in their cities and they can share in the abundance with us. What has not happened is this. All of this crown land that is out there, the government goes out, they fish, they cut down the trees, they mine, they take all of the resources, and they put all of that money in their bank. That's our money. Our money. Canada doesn't know this. Canada has no idea. They think that the money that they pay into their taxes is the money that's used for Aboriginal people. Not one red cent has ever come for taxpayers' money and went to an Indian on a reserve. The money that is used to run the reserve systems is a pittance of the amount of money that we get from our resources, our water, our fish, our trees, our minerals, our diamonds, our gold, our uranium, and yes, even our oil. Sorry. We need to, as Indigenous people, be sovereign. We need to start to educate our non-Indigenous brothers and sisters so that they understand what we're doing. This country This Canada has done a darn good job at dividing and conquering the non-Indigenous and the Indigenous people, and I am so proud to look out there today. I want to hear all of our non-Indigenous people say, I don't know more! That's a lot of non-Indigenous folks, people! I'm pretty proud to stand in solidarity with you today! There are many of us who stand on the sidelines and who work diligently, and no one ever hears our voices who are out here, and we're teaching these young people. That little girl, our upcoming Prime Minister, I am so proud of her. The beauty and the innocence and the wonderful sounds that came from her mouth, those come from these women right here. And she's listening. She's listening, Harper. You might not be listening, but they're listening. And our message is this. I don't know more, our grassroots organization. We are a grassroots movement, not an organization. We do not have chiefs. We have chiefs who support us, yes, but we do not have chiefs. We do not have one person coming forward to speak. I'm in very close contact with the 4 women, the 4 founders, and they are moving forward. There are steps. If you're interested in taking part in the information gathering that's going to happen, this movement is in a birthing process at this point. We have people who are really, really going, we are doing something. We're waking up. We are going to let everyone know that our people are not idle. We do have next steps that are happening. Documentation templates are being made to gather the information. The women understand that every nation is going to have a different view on what is needed, and all of that information needs to be gathered. I'm going to give out my email address. It's darla.222@hotmail.com. If anybody wants to volunteer to gather information, Indigenous or non-Indigenous, you're welcome, as long as you're coming in a good way and in solidarity and your heart and your mind are going in the right direction. Miigwech, all my relations.